And looking forward to November, I think there are two really serious issues presented to us as voters that would be bad for the state of Florida if they were enacted, and that's Amendment 3, involving creating a corporate marijuana cartel, and Amendment 4, which is the abortion till birth amendment. Both of those amendments need to be defeated. Both of those amendments have formally been opposed by the Republican Party of Florida. This party, your state party, has endorsed no votes on both of those amendments. And I think most people in the room probably agree with that, but here's why you should if you haven't made a decision. Amendment 3. You'll hear the media say it's, quote, the legalization of recreational marijuana. If you actually read the amendment, which doesn't appear on your ballot, by the way, that's a self-selected summary. They hide the actual text of the amendment so you don't see it. If you actually read it, it's not the legalization of recreational marijuana. This is per se, it's partially, but per se. This amendment is being funded by one weed company, True Leaf. They have put 80 million and counting into getting this on the ballot and to getting it passed, and they're trying to get a 60% threshold. Are they doing that because they care about your rights and your health? Or are they doing that because they're going to be able to profit off of it? Of course. And so they wrote it so that they get basically to benefit from a monopoly. They create a corporate weed cartel with these medical treatment centers. They wrote that into the amendment. So you have a right to possess and smoke it, but only if you buy it from them. And oh, by the way, whatever they do in this process, they provide in this amendment, if it passes, total immunity from civil liability. So if they sell you reefer and you have seizures, you can't sue them for that. So this is not about weed as much as it's about corporate greed. It is inappropriate to have weed in the Constitution, period. It is inappropriate for one company to try to hijack the state of Florida's Constitution. And yes, we can sit here and look at what has happened in New York City, what has happened in Colorado, what has happened in San Francisco and California, and keep in mind, this amendment is more liberal than any of those other places. If it passes, you will have rampant public use all across the state of Florida. There's an argument that legislature couldn't even prevent it the way it's written. But even if somehow you can, Denver has laws against public use and smoking. They all have that, and yet it doesn't matter. So this would be something that you would see in all the communities. And do you think that that's good for tourism? Is that good for families? Is that good for all those things? And, I really don't care what people are doing in the privacy of their own home, but I do not want to see it near schools, on our beaches, in restaurants, or any of these other things. It's not good for the state of Florida. So, and oh, by the way, this amendment allows them to grow and sell it, but if you want to grow it in your backyard, they don't let you do that. So what is this about? Is this really about freedom? No, it's about them. So if you're against marijuana, generally, obviously, you vote no. But even if you're somebody that's a little more nuanced, or even if you like it, this is a bad amendment. This is one company trying to put itself in our Constitution with unique and special privileges that nobody else has. And so we need to rally Republicans. And honestly, there's a lot of independents and Democrats that agree when they hear about this, not the way to go, and to vote no on Amendment 3. And I thank the Republican Party for coming out against that. I think it's important. And honestly, very few people have actually read the text that is being proposed for our Constitution, and probably 99% of voters are not going to read the text. It's very important to do that. You got to go online. You're not going to get it on your ballot. But please, if you have doubts, educate yourself and actually read what is going on here.